With Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on now, let's go.
Tight right. 4 down. Check.
Great.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Wentz to throw. He leaves this one for Howard. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Defense, let's go!
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Hey.
180!
To throw, it's Wentz. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Room here to run. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 94 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Jackson now to return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right.
Here we go. 120.
Wentz to throw on second down. Right side caught by Jackson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he connects with Ertz. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
Watch tight end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. We got four.
On first down, they run with Howard. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Hey, boys, we got four down.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Go. 180.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Hey, we got four. We got four down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. On the move to his left. Jackson's got it over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here we go. 180.
From the red zone now, Wentz. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Come on now. Let's go. 81.
Throwing now is Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Now Elliott. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter.
4 down.
A give to Howard. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play.
Go. 180!
Motion.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now it's Wilson. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Here we go, 47. 26.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going right side, he has Witten. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice game right there on first down for them. Ends up a nice second down for him.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Brandon, you know how we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan? That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
Here we go, 46. 46.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Drops it underneath to Elliott. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Alert. 3 down.
Hey, switch. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. 26.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Hustle. We're going to 54. Wide 8. Here we go, 46. 46.
A first down throw for Prescott. Completes it right side to Cooper. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
46. Here we go, 46. 46.
First down, Prescott. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Prescott now 5 for 5 on the drive. He's responded after the interception. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Randall Cobb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Working from the gun, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Collins breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Over the middle, complete. It's Jackson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Oh, yeah!
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now here come the Cowboys. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. when you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
We got three, fellas, we got three.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 46. 46.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 48. Woo. Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, going to 53. 26, 26.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. It's a foot race. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, 77 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's something like there got to be casualties at times.
We're trying for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go, go to 54, go to 54, line 26.
Prescott from the gun. A dump off to Elliott. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Here's Elliott, and he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run with Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 4-yard pickup. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play.
Let's go, get set, let's go, get out, get out.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go. 120!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Go. Lady! Lion!
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 50.
Hey, stash!
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Ertz has it left side. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go. 120!
Play action. Now Wentz. And this is caught by Jackson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Here we go. 120!
Wentz now on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Now it's Wilson. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, 47! Here we go, 46.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Prescott on 1st down. He finds Hearns left side. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down.
go, kill, kill.
Check. 53 Mike. Check. 53 Mike.
Here we go, 47.
Double up.
26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Got it. 46.
10th carry now for Elliott. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
Now Prescott. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line. Gun. 26.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. He's going to rifle one deep left. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To throw is Wentz. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. Now he's forced out right. And now another one thrown incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Hey, we got 4.
Here we go.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Wentz to throw again. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Demarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
82.
Single receiver.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And his pass incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Now Wentz. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. The 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
No problem there on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
4 down, 4 down.
Hey, check 20.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. You gave the stat early on that he's one of just 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards last year, and then you said they needed to bottle him up for under 100 yards. He's way under 100 yards.
Bottom line, he's had virtually no success whatsoever.
And because of that, among a couple other reasons, they're down on the scoreboard. They'll set up the screen to Howard. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
It was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Go. Blue 80!
On play action, it's Wentz, eluding the pressure right. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go.
Running right, here's Sanders. And a short gain down to about the 33. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Sunday, Sunday.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. Even. 4 down, even.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Another run with Sanders. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 14. Here's Wentz to throw. And he connects with Ertz. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Go.
Great.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54.
Wentz now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Tight end's right. Hey.
And they'll run it here. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain that gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10.
Hey. We got 4.
Number 26 on the run. No gain.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10.
4 down.
Set.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And Elliott puts this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment. And to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
We got 3 down.
They go to Elliott again. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. A give to Elliott. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And not much room there, so get it up only to about the 21. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called it.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Lewis, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's go. Interception, baby. Let's go.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point attempt to come here. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jackson now to return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. One final try now for Wentz. Out to his left. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cowboys, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.